I need y'all to talk to me. Come talk to me. Come talk to me. Come talk to me. I need somebody to come on here before I start talking. It's a random ass live. Y'all haven't heard from me in man long. Man long. I'm here. Let's talk. Check filter. All messages. Yeah, talk to me. Come on, come on, come on, come on. I wanna have this conversation with y'all. This whole Floyd Mayweather and this Terence Crawford. We're gonna settle it right now, cause and I wanna do it on live because I got a lot to say. That's why I wanna do it on live. Cause I got so much to say on this topic. So much. I need a couple people on here first before I even start talking about it. Now, I'm just gonna start talking. I don't care. I don't care. Whoever join. But yeah, Floyd Mayweather versus Terence Crawford, right? When people talk about Floyd Mayweather and Terence Crawford, like it's never a fair argument. Like it's always, oh, Floyd beat 23 champions, and when it comes to Terence Crawford, it's just his backstory. Like they always talk about Terence Crawford's backstory, but they don't talk about Floyd's backstory. It's just Floyd beat 23 champions. Floyd is a 5-weight division champion. But when it comes to Terence Crawford, they say shit like, oh, Terence Crawford beat Sean Porter, but Sean Porter was 1 foot in and 1 foot out. Oh, Terence Crawford beat Jose Benavidez. Jose Benavidez had one leg. He got shot in his leg. Oh, Terence Crawford beat Errol Smith Jr., but Errol Smith Jr. was in a car accident. But there is no backstory when it comes to Floyd Mayweather. But I'm here to give y'all the backstory when it comes to Floyd Mayweather. All right, so Floyd started his career with whom? Top Rank, right? Just like how Terence Crawford started his career with Top Rank. The knock on Top Rank was, and Terence Crawford was, Top Rank was great at matchmaking, right? That's what y'all said. Top Rank is great at matchmaking, and Top Rank was giving Terence Crawford all the easy opponents and all the opponents that would cater to his fighting style. But when you look at Floyd Mayweather's career, before he faced off against Oscar De La Hoya, go look at his resume, gang. Go look at his resume. His resume is horrible. All Top Rank does with Floyd Mayweather throughout his whole career was matchmaking with guys that are slow, guys that have no athleticism. Diego Corrales, Jesus Chavez, what's his name? What's bro name? Jose Luis Castillo. All of these guys are slow-footed. Angel Manfredi, slow-footed. Even after he left Top Rank, he still started choosing guys with that slow-footed. Oscar De La Hoya is not that fast on his feet. Majority of Floyd Mayweather's opponents were all slow-footed with no athleticism. Go look if y'all think I'm lying, bro. Go look if y'all think I'm lying. Go look if y'all think I'm lying. Most of his opponents were slow-footed Mexican or slow-footed black fighter. Mind you, he didn't even fight a lot of black fighters. That's what people don't even want to talk about. Floyd Mayweather did not fight a lot of black fighters. He did not. Most of his wins were against Mexicans. So it's so crazy when y'all talk about Terence Crawford backstory. Y'all don't talk about Floyd's back. Y'all don't talk about Cotto not being the same, Shane not being the same. Y'all don't talk about Oscar De La Hoya getting knocked out by Bernard Hopkins and then Floyd wanted to fight him. Y'all don't talk about all of these things when y'all talk about Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather. Literally, Floyd, he was pampered. Floyd never left America. He never left America to go fight, to go beat nobody for no belts. He never done that in his whole entire career. Y'all show me when Floyd Mayweather left America to go beat somebody. Floyd was comfortable. He's been comfortable. He's been comfortable. He wasn't comfortable with the money, but he was comfortable with the opponents because you know the opponents that they put in front of him is guys that cannot mess with him. Guys that are very slow, guys that are smaller. Let me ask y'all a question. When has Terence Crawford ever made a fighter move? When has Terence Crawford ever fought a fighter that had to move up in weight, but has never faced off against a fighter that had to move up in weight? Never in his whole entire career. He has never done that. But Floyd has done it more than one time, not just one weight, like how Ricky had to move up in weight, two weight. Marquez had to move up in two weight divisions. When has Terence Crawford ever faced off against a fighter that was coming off of a loss? When has Terence Crawford ever faced off against a fighter at a catch weight? When has Terence Crawford ever... That never happens. And these are the things that they don't tell you, because back in the days, it was less politics because it was no social media like that. So they look at it and they like, okay, Floyd is greater than Terence Crawford because of the names. Look at the names. Names are built. Just like I just explained to you with Floyd Mayweather. It's about styles. And that's why they try to downplay Terence Crawford's career, because Terence Crawford done beat more styles than Floyd Mayweather. Because Floyd Mayweather been facing off against the same style his whole career. That's what they don't want to tell y'all. Floyd Mayweather never faced off against... How many athletic fighters Floyd Mayweather ever faced off against? Just name them. Name the athletic fighters. He's one of the greatest athletes in boxing history. And if you put him in the ring with guys that are way slower than him, guys that doesn't have the same agility, he's gonna beat the shit out of them, bro. And that's his whole career. When did Floyd decide, yo, bro, I'm gonna take a risk? When? Oscar De La Hoya that got knocked out by Bernard Hopkins, when did Floyd career? He never took risk. That's why he that's why he fought in the MGM his whole entire career, because he doesn't believe in taking risk. His whole thing is to be comfortable. And his whole thing is to have the advantage. And that's who Canelo got that shit from. Everything that you see that Canelo's doing right now, he got it from Floyd. But y'all listen to black media. Y'all don't understand that black media is a crab in the barrel ass media, just like white media. It's crab in the barrel, bro. Black media doesn't like to see fighters elevate. They don't like to see fighters elevate. You got blue blood over here talking about, oh, Terence Crawford, if he beats Canelo, he's in his top 7. But Floyd is in your top 5? He's in your top 5 when he never became undisputed, not one time. And that wasn't because Floyd Mayweather didn't want to do it because of belts. Because he held 5 belts at one time, and undisputed is 4 belt. It was because he was afraid of being great. Floyd Mayweather fought not to lose. He didn't fight to be great. And that's the difference between him and Terence Crawford, gang. He fought not to lose. He didn't fight to be great. When I say fight not to lose, he would not sit here and go fight a prime Shane Mosley, or go fight a prime what's his name, Miguel Cotto, or go fight Antonio Margarito. He's not gonna do that. You know why? Because there's a possibility of him losing. If you're great, you don't care. You want to test yourself. That's the difference. So he did fight a lot of these guys that y'all wanted to see him fight, but at the time, when they were at their best, he knew that the time that he would have problems with fighting them. And that's why he didn't fight them. That's why you seen Shane Mosley, Antonio Margarito, Miguel Cotto, Paul Williams, all of them was fighting each other in 2007 and 2009. And who Floyd was fighting? Ricky Hatton at 140 that had to move up. What's his name? Juan Manuel Marquez that had to move up 2 weight divisions. Come on, gang. Come on, Floyd never sit here and operated at the same frequency as his generation. He watched his generation. He understood that these guys want to be great. So these guys are going to fight each other. But me, I'm not going to do that, bro. I'm going to watch them. I'm going to watch them and see what they do. And I'm going to watch them take each other out. And when the pieces, or when there's dead bones, I'm going to treat them like vultures. I'm going to scrape everything up. That's how Floyd operated. That's why in that generation, everybody lost but him. But him. Just think about it. Just look at it. That's why he does not. That's why his peers doesn't respect him. That's why his peers, Floyd Mayweather peers doesn't respect him. It's not because of jealousy, because they knew that this nigga chose the last minute when they were not the same to fight them. With Terence Crawford, they created a whole barrier. I really don't understand how y'all compare. And I was a big Floyd fan, bro. I don't understand how y'all compare Floyd to Terence Crawford, gang. Like, I really don't. Just their mannerism and Terence Crawford willingness to not to lose at anything, and Terence Crawford want to be great moving up 2 weight divisions. Floyd would never think about doing no shit like that. I don't understand where's the comparison, gang. I don't understand the comparison. Y'all say Floyd Mayweather got better defense. Yeah, he got better defense because he's way more defensive minded. Yeah. That's literally all I give him. You can't say that he has a better IQ than Terence Crawford. How? How? When we watch Jesus Chavez walk them down, we watch Oscar De La Hoya walk them down. We watched Mandana walk them down. We watched Zab Judah drop them with. We watched Floyd Mayweather got in so much fights where he got hit way more than Terence Crawford. And it's not because Terence Crawford got better defense than him. Terence Crawford got better IQ than him. His IQ is higher than Floyd Mayweather. You can't come in there throwing wild punches on Terence Crawford. You could do that with Floyd because Floyd is not gonna make you pay. You could do that with Floyd because Floyd is not gonna make you pay. And when I say pay, I'm not talking about just hit you and back you up. I'm talking about hurting you. Terence Crawford knows the right shots to hurt you and put you down. Floyd didn't. He wasn't able to do that. He wasn't able to do that. That's why you seen him versus Victor Ortiz when Victor Ortiz wasn't looking and hit Victor Ortiz. Victor Ortiz fell. That was the right shot because he was a stationary target and he was not moving. Of course. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Terence Crawford is gonna destroy Canelo, bro. And the reason why bro, cause I always see you comment and I always tell you how much I got a lot of respect for you. You feel me? The reason why I'm talking to you, the reason why this fight is so big is not even because of Canelo. It's because of what Terence Crawford is about to do. What Terence Crawford is gonna do, bro, is rubbing a lot of people the wrong way, bro. Because they don't want to tell you how great this man is, bro. They just want to tell you who he has not fought. They don't want to tell you who did not want to fight him. They don't want to tell you the real story of Terence Crawford, gang. But they will tell you all of Floyd's accomplishment, but they won't tell you the real story. They won't tell you the backstory. That bro was great. Floyd was great. He was great, but he was never the greatest because he didn't want to. He didn't try to be. He wanted to take shortcuts and go around shit. And being a Floyd fan, I got older and I understood that. And I really don't know how y'all grown-ass man is going around sitting here still saying that Floyd is the greatest. Like, what Floyd was doing back in the days, making niggas move up in weight, fighting niggas that can't dare to attempt any of those things in this day, no, he would have got critique. They would have killed him for it. But they didn't kill Floyd for it because it was a different time. People just wanted to see Floyd fight. Now, Terence Crawford is under a microscope like this. Everything he does. Everything, no matter what he does. Now they saying that, they saying that Terence Crawford got a Canelo Alvarez, then gonna beat Bivol, then gonna beat Usyk to be better than Floyd. When Floyd never took no risk like that. Floyd never took the Canelo risk that Terence Crawford is taking right now. He never did. Floyd never took no risk in his whole entire career but Oscar De La Hoya. That's the only risk that he took, gang. That's the only risk. He was been supposed to fight Manny Pacquiao. That's not a risk. The Oscar was a risk, but Oscar was coming off of a loss. He got knocked out by Bernard Hopkins, and then he had a tune-up against Recorder Mayagra, a journeyman. So Floyd wait for a slippage to fight Oscar. He could have fought Bernard Hopkins that beat Oscar. Why would you fight the loser? Y'all don't understand that Floyd, he was a part of that generation, but he didn't operate with that generation. He understood that his generation was a thirsty, hungry for greatness generation. And he knew that in order for him to come out unscathed, he couldn't sit here and mingle with them. He would have to wait until they were not the same, and then that's when he fought them. Come on, gang, I'm not lying about none of this shit, nigga. I'm a Floyd fan, so you can't tell me I'm lying. Hey, but bro, Terence Crawford don't get credit for nothing that he does, gang. I never seen this, and this is why I'm trying to say that. This is why I say that he's the greatest in my opinion, because his expectations is higher than everybody else. Nobody was telling yo, Canelo, you gotta move up 2 weight divisions to go face off against better BF. Nobody was telling Floyd, yo, Floyd, you gotta move up to go face off against Triple G. And if they did, they didn't do it. They didn't do it. They didn't do it. But Terence Crawford is doing it. Terence Crawford is the only fighter in boxing history. And y'all can look this up. Every time he's moving up in weight, he's facing off for a belt. Every time. But that stat is not talked about. And not only that, he's the only fighter that's doing it, he's the only fighter that's successful while doing so. And they don't talk about it. Floyd get hit so much more times than Bud. I don't know what these niggas are talking about. They love Floyd. They love that shit. That's all they love. They love that shit. Floyd get hits way more times than Bud. The stats can prove it. I can pull it up for y'all dumb motherfuckers that don't believe me. I can pull it up. He gets hit way more than Bud does. I can pull it up. Whether y'all want to say back in the days the guys threw a lot of punches or Floyd, he just lacks IQ. Either way, he gets hit more than Bud. Bud never hit over 200 something times. Go look at what Castillo did to Floyd, bro. Go look at what Mandana did to Floyd. Go look at what Oscar De La Hoya did to Floyd. Terence Crawford has never been touched so many times. Never. In his career, never. And he could never be touched so many times. You know why? Because he's smarter. And he's way more dangerous than Floyd Mayweather, gang. But they don't want to tell you that. Because the guy, black media, the guys that's running black media right now are Floyd Mayweather nutsuckers. All of them, bro. All of them. I done seen Blue Blood lied and talk about, oh, it was no rehydration clause with Canelo. Yes, it was. Canelo Alvarez turned it down. Floyd offered a rehydration clause and Canelo turned it down, and Floyd made Canelo sign a NDA, a non-disclosure agreement, to discuss that he tried to put a rehydration clause on him. And Blue Blood lied. Like, he tried to make it look like the rehydration clause came out of nowhere. And, oh, people just talking. No, Floyd offered and Canelo turned it down. Now, why the fuck would you want to put a rehydration clause? Why would you want to fight a 23-year-old at a catchweight and then put a rehydration clause on him? Like, why the fuck would you do that? Why would you want to do that? Because, like I said, he Floyd Mayweather fight not to lose. He don't fight to be great. That's why Terence Crawford is moving up 2 weight divisions to face off against Canelo, because he fights to be great. There is no comparison between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather, gang. Terence Crawford is above Floyd Mayweather, gang. He's above him, bro. He's above him, bro. He's above, and this is coming from a guy that used to love Floyd, gang. Nobody can tell me nothing about Floyd, bro. But it's about time where niggas grow up and niggas understand, gang. Like, come on, y'all still kids, bro. It's like watching wrestling. I said this before. It's like watching wrestling, bro. You feel me? When you younger and you watching wrestling and you love wrestling because you don't know that wrestling is fake. But you get older. Not that you still don't love wrestling. You still love it, but you understand it's not real, so you don't have the same love for it. You feel me? It's the same thing with me and Floyd. I understand that Floyd was doing a lot of bitch shit during his career. They just don't talk about it because black media controls this whole boxing scene. It's not white media, it's black media, gang. Blue Blood, all them LDBC members, they run this boxing street, nigga. And who they nut rod? Floyd. So you were never gonna hear the truth about Floyd when you're in this black media streets. You will never hear the truth about him, gang. That's why you see Teddy Atlas, you see Max Kellerman, and these guys say that Terence Crawford will beat Floyd, because he will. Bro, you know what Terence Crawford would do to Floyd, gang? You know what he would do to Floyd, gang? You saw what Shane Mosley did to Floyd. You know what Terence Crawford would do to Floyd, gang? Y'all think speed is everything? Timing is everything, gang. And Terence Crawford has one of the most impeccable timing in boxing, gang. There's a reason why he made everybody looks ordinary at 147 pounds. And that's the next stat they don't talk about Terence Crawford. He's the only fighter in boxing history that stopped everybody at the welterweight division. They don't talk about that shit. Nothing that he does is talked about, gang. You guys see a knockout happening? Possibly, bro. Canelo's going to get beat bad, bro. Bud is over Floyd Mayweather, gang. Everybody knows it, bro. There's a reason why they don't want to say it, because they have some type of connection to Floyd, gang. Like, it's like a cult. When it comes to Floyd, it's a cult. Aki, all these Dante's Boxing Nation, all these niggas lie when it comes to him. I heard Aki came on his channel and said Floyd never missed weight. I'm like, oh shit. Holy shit. He was trying to shit on Keyshawn Davis, and he was like, oh, Keyshawn Davis, he should be like Floyd. Floyd never missed weight. I'm like, what, nigga? Floyd missed weight against Juan Manuel Marquez when he made a move up 2 weight divisions. Like, how y'all comparing Floyd to Terence Crawford, gang? Terence Crawford don't have not one split decision and one majority, none of that. Just straight knockouts and unanimous decisions, gang. Niggas avoid Terence Crawford. Niggas run to Floyd. Even before he became Floyd, niggas was running. Before he came Money Man, niggas was running to him. Niggas don't run to Terence Crawford again? Like, what we talking about here, bro? What we talking about here, bro? He's the only fighter in boxing history that you see so much hate. And this is why I did this live, because I got so much to say. Roy Jones Jr., and I'm not knocking him at all. Roy Jones Jr. fought 76 fighters, brother. 76 fighters. Right? Roy Jones Jr. won 76 fights. He got knocked out 10 times. Out of all the fights that Roy Jones Jr. ever fought, we only know 4 opponents on his resume. And if y'all think I'm lying, go look. 4 opponents. Bernard Hopkins, Antonio Tova, James Toney, and Felix Trinidad. Out of 76 fighters. And Roy Jones is considered top 5 in everybody pound for pound list. Everybody's top 5, Roy Jones. And he had 76 fights. With only 4 names on his resume. Boy, Roy Jones, he's a 5-division champion. He moved up to the heavyweight division to beat a champion that we don't really know, right? But Terence Crawford will be moving up to face off against Canelo Alvarez, the undisputed champion of the world, right? The greatest Mexican of all time. And people are still still trying to find ways to discredit him, gang. And people are still going to say he's not better than Floyd. When Floyd never had to do that, he wouldn't even think about it to do any of those things, bro. So the expectations alone is the reason why Terence Crawford is greater than Floyd, gang. Is the expectations alone. Terence Crawford, his expectations is way too high. Niggas want this nigga to go beat Canelo. And you feel me? Go beat Bivol and beat friggin' what's his name? Usyk to be better than Floyd. That's what he has to do. When Floyd ain't never had to do none of that shit. One thing we do know is Bud would have fought Prime Floyd. Yes, Bud definitely would have fight Prime Floyd. Floyd wasn't gonna fight Prime Bud, gang. Y'all nigga, bro. I just realized, bro, and this is what I realized, gang. It's Floyd is not just loved because of his boxing. It's way deeper than that, bro. It's because of his propaganda and the bling and the cars and the chains. It's because of that, gang. It cannot be just because of boxing, gang. Because y'all watch niggas touch up Floyd, gang. And Terence Crawford could never get touched up by Miguel Cotto. Miguel Cotto is a decent boxer, gang. Terence Crawford would baptize him, bro. He would baptize him. He was too slow. He would baptize him, bro. He would baptize him. He would baptize Shea Mosley. He would baptize all of these niggas on Floyd's resume. Imagine Jesus Chavez that's walking up doing this. The whole fight to Floyd. And Floyd got him up. Floyd have a high level of IQ, gang. And this is Pretty Boy. This is Pretty Boy. He would have knocked Cotto out clean. This is Pretty Boy, gang. This is Jesus Chavez versus Pretty Boy. Castillo versus Pretty Boy. You cannot run up on Terence Crawford like this. You saw what happened to Avanesian. You can't run up on Terence Crawford like this. You're going to sleep. That's the reason why every opponent that Terence Crawford faced off against, they end up changing their fighting style, gang. Look at Madrimov. Madrimov changed his fighting style. Look at Sean Porter. He changed his fighting style. You have to change your fighting style when it comes to Terence Crawford. Go look at all of them guys. They didn't change their fighting style with Floyd Mayweather. Jesus Chavez didn't change the way he fight. Castillo didn't change the way he fight. Berto didn't change the way he fight. None of them changed the way they fight. Terence Crawford make you have to adjust because he's so dangerous. Whether you get hit with a jab or you get hit with something you don't know or he's switching, Floyd was never that great. I watched them. What was great about Floyd was his agility. That's what made him get away with certain things, and that's what people mistake agility for IQ. Because IQ is awareness. When you're that much agile like Floyd and Shakur Stevenson is, your body reacts to certain things. Yes, your body reacts to certain things, right? That's not IQ. That is just a built-in agility. Certain people don't have that. I know people that's very, like, something happens, you just see the moon or something falling, they just catch it like that. That's built in. That's something that can't be taught. Floyd has that and Shakur Stevenson has that. That is not IQ. That is called agility. Your body reacts to certain things where the normal human body that can't do. And I know a lot of people that have that, and Floyd have that. So a lot of people says that he has IQ. He has a high level of IQ. Yes, he has a high level of IQ, but it's not higher than Terence Crawford, gang. It ain't higher than Terence Crawford, gang. It ain't higher than Terence Crawford, bro. It ain't high. I want to see. What I really want to see is Floyd would have fought Triple G and take all the risks that Terence Crawford is about to take. He would never do so, gang. And that's the shit that pissed me off, girl. They don't talk about Floyd's backstory, bro. It's all about Terence Crawford backstory. Oh, Sean Porter wasn't the same. Miguel Cotto wasn't the same. Shea Mosley wasn't the same. Oscar De La Hoya wasn't the same. Diego Corrales was weight drained. Angel Manfredi's a bum. Arturo Gatti made so rest in peace is a bum. Mandana's a bum. Like, bro, he faced off against so many bums. Like, he faced off against a lot of bums that are considered great right now. They were so hyped up. If you put them in the ring with Terence Crawford, he cleans them, man. He cleans them. That's why they keep holding on names. That's why they keep talking about names. They don't talk about styles. And I've been telling y'all that. Just look at how many different styles that Floyd fought his whole entire career. Out of the 50 fights, probably like 45 fighters was the same style. Yes, a lot of fighters. Zab Judah, the guy that y'all gave him credit to beat, literally came off of a loss by the hands of Carlos Baldomir. He was coming off of, I'm not talking about a tune-up. I'm talking about he lost. And Floyd faced him right after that. You said Buzz needs a study book made, Bivol. Bivol did a great job against Canelo, bro. But to be honest, gang, I never looked at Canelo as that good, gang. I always felt like Canelo Alvarez was on steroids, and I still feel like he's on steroids right now. And that's why, and yeah, and I feel like with the boxing world, like y'all just gotta use y'all brain sometimes, bro. Like just use y'all brain, gang. Canelo Alvarez, he's always most of his career, he's a smaller fighter, right? The half of his career, the other half of his career, he's been the smaller fighter, right? When you're the smaller fighter, right? You got to be more defensive, right? And you got to worry about the opponent's power. You ever seen Canelo worry about nobody's power, gang? Like they got to worry about his power. Mind you, he's a smaller guy, and they got to worry about his power. But he never have to worry about their power, gang. Y'all just got to use y'all brain, bro. Just use y'all brain for 1 second. Terence Crawford is moving up, and what they're saying, Terence Crawford got to worry about Canelo Alvarez's power because he's the bigger guy, right? When they ever said that Canelo got to worry about this man's power? Never. And this is a human. We're not talking about a fucking vampire. We ain't talking about a brick wall. This is a human. And they're saying that this man, you don't got to, Canelo never had to worry about nobody power. Nobody ever in his career. They ain't never ever talk about that. But every time somebody's moving up, they have to worry about the guy that they're moving up to their weight class power because they're the bigger guy. But Canelo never had to worry about that. Canelo been on steroids for a very, very long time, gang. A very, very long time, bro. And they think that steroids just makes you stronger. No, steroids give you the ability to take punches. Yes, it does. It increases your bone density. Y'all don't know shit about boxing. Y'all don't know nothing about steroid using. That's why y'all Canelo. Y'all don't know. This nigga's been on steroids. He's still on steroids, gang. He's still on steroids, bro. He's still on steroids. Canelo's still on steroids. And what you don't understand is, bro, Canelo Alvarez is not that much of a better fighter than Errol Spence Jr. He got a little bit better defense, and that's literally it. That's all. He got a little better head movements. That's it. He's not that much a better fighter than Errol Spence Jr. Like, he doesn't know how to adjust. Canelo don't know how to adjust. All he knows how to do is taking up a notch. But that's not adjusting. You taking it up a notch is not adjusting, brother, man. Adjusting is you find ways to stop what that fighter is doing to hurt you. And Canelo don't do that. He just turned it up a notch. That's not adjusting. That's not you taking away that person's right hand. That's he's not doing that. He just turned it up a notch. His IQ is very limited, bro. I don't know, bro. I don't like Turkey Al-Sheikh, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like that man, bro. Yeah, I don't like Turkey Al-Sheikh, bro. And I feel like I want to talk about that. I could jump in that a little bit, but I feel like Al-Sheikh, he's looking at these fighters as experiments, bro. And he knows that a lot of these fighters are broke, and he knows the stage that boxing is in. So he just throw around his money, and he expect fighters to sit here and succumb to whatever he says. And if you say something that he don't like, and if you do something, he try to punish you. Like he move like a mobster. Like I don't like him, bro. I don't like him. I feel like he's using his money for leverage, and that's the same shit that Canelo did his whole entire career. You know how many times Canelo missed weight and paid? You know how many times Canelo missed weight? Y'all want to go look up how many times Canelo missed weight? Come on, how many times Canelo changed the size of the ring? How many times Canelo have, okay, if I win, there's no rematch. If I lose, there's a rematch. You know how many weird stipulation he has in his contract? That's the same thing Turkey Al-Sheikh is doing. I ain't a fan of him, bro. He missed weight a lot. Matthew Hatton, that was his first championship belt. He missed weight, gang. Imagine your first belt. You're supposed to be ready for that. You missed weight and then paid him money. And Anguilla, he missed weight too. Like Canelo is not, bro. This is not about Canelo and Terence Crawford. This is already, it's written in the history books that Terence Crawford beat Canelo already. Canelo's not on his level. This is about Terence Crawford on where do you put Terence Crawford, gang. And this is what y'all don't understand. The fact that they're trying to put Canelo on Terence Crawford's level is to show you that they already disrespected him, gang. They're disrespecting him already. Canelo is not on Terence Crawford level, gang. There's nobody in this generation on Terence Crawford level, gang. Nobody, gang. I would love to say Usyk and Bivol, but they ain't fight enough, gang. They ain't fight enough. They ain't fight enough, bro. They're talent-wise, yeah. They right there. It's 1A and 1B. Like Usyk is really great. Bivol is really great. But they ain't no Terence Crawford, gang. They ain't fight enough, gang. They ain't fighting enough, bro. Terence Crawford is on that Mount Rushmore. They need to kick Floyd Mayweather the fuck off that Mount Rushmore. He was the one that was talking about he never wanted to become undisputed. And the reason why he didn't want to become undisputed, because he couldn't. He couldn't. He would have had to fight Shea Mosley in his prime, Miguel Cotto, Paul Williams, Antonio Margarito. He was not gonna come out undefeated if he fought face off against all them niggas. He was not. And he knew that. That's why he faced off against Ricky Hatton, made him move up at 140, and then retired for a year, gang. And retired for a year. Who the fuck just retired from boxing for a year? Right in the smack of their prime. Just retire. Be like, you know what? I'm just gonna retire from boxing. And they came back to face off against the same smaller fighters. Come on, gang. Yeah, Austin Trout, that was a good win. I don't believe Canelo Alvarez defeated Lara. Listen, Canelo Alvarez did not defeat Lara. Yeah, that Charlo was a good. Kovalev was a decent win. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the thing with me, bro. Like I give these fighters credit for beating these guys, but we talking about the all-time greatest, bro. That's what we talking about, gang. That's what we talking about, gang. And you just can't talk about all-time greats and just keep talking about names, gang. Names are built. Everybody knows that names are built. If you put a fighter in there with a fighter that caters to his fighting style their whole career, of course they're gonna be beating them, and that of course they're gonna have the name now. Names are built. That's why when they talk about names, I just laugh like, gang, yeah, Floyd fought a lot of names. All of them, 90% of them have the same fighting style, which caters to him. So how greatly Canelo? How great we witnessed Canelo got problems with movers, and we know Floyd got problems with guys that has slick boxing. He had problems with Zab Judah. Zab Judah dropped his ass with a little check hook. Dropped his ass. Canelo is a great modern fighter by achievement. I said that. I said Canelo is great because of achievements, not because of his talent, gang. He had fucking 30 fights in Mexico before he came to America, gang. So we don't know the 30 niggas you was fighting in Mexico before you came here, gang. They threw you into a fight with Shea Mosley, a legend. After you missed weight in your first championship fight, you got rewarded to face off against a legend. When you got Terence Crawford, that was a 2-division champion, that was undisputed at 140 pounds, try to fight Manny Pacquiao, and they stopped him from doing so. But Canelo got to miss weight in his first championship belt and get to face off against Shea Mosley. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. Don't get me wrong, bro. I'm not saying I believe Floyd is a great fighter. But is he better than Terence Crawford? Hell to the fucking no. Like, it's not even, you shouldn't even be having a conversation, gang. He's not. He is not. He's not a better fighter than Terence Crawford, gang. He is not a better fighter. Stop talking about who has Terence Crawford fought, because Terence Crawford fought different styles than Floyd Mayweather. And it's not about names, it's about styles. It's about styles. It's about styles. Terence Crawford faced off in his 41 fights career. He faced off against more styles, different styles than Floyd Mayweather 50 fight career. Because Floyd was facing off against MMA fighters too. You remember that shit? Like, y'all, bro, y'all crazy as hell, bro. 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 I would love to see Floyd versus Sean Porter. I would love to see that fight. I would pay money to see that fight. Floyd versus Sean Porter. Because a lot of people underestimate what Floyd Mayweather did, what Sean Porter did in that Terence Crawford fight. Sean Porter didn't come out the regular Sean Porter. Sean Porter came out boxing. And I never knew that Sean Porter was that good of a boxer. He came out boxing. You understand? So I never seen Floyd Mayweather face off against a guy like Sean Porter that could box and brawl. And could make a transition from boxing and brawling. I've never seen Floyd face off against an opponent like that. Ever. Ever. He faced off against one-dimensional opponent. Whether you're a brawler or you're a boxer. You're a brawler and a boxer, not two. Like Israel Madrimov can box and Israel Madrimov can brawl. But Terence Crawford neutralized Israel Madrimov and made him change his whole fighting style, gang. That's how great this man is, gang. I have never seen a nigga change the way they fight because of Floyd Mayweather. Never. Never, bro. Yes, he retired more than one time to avoid fights. How do y'all compare him to Terence Crawford, gang? How, bro? How? Terence Crawford fought the guy that was in front of him. He didn't sit here and move down and wait, move up and wait. Oh, you come here. You small, move up. You just got you coming off of a knee injury. I'm Sean B. Mitchell. Yeah, I want to fight you. You come here. You Oscar, you got knocked out. I want to fight you. You come here. Like all of them have the same fighting style. They slow and they just come forward and pressure. That caters to him, gang. That's why Zab Judah gave him hell, because Zab Judah was different. He was more elusive and he had speed. That's why he gave him hell in the first couple rounds of the fight. Because Floyd is not accustomed to fighting and facing off against guys like that, bro. In the professional style, not in the amateurs. I ain't talking about in the amateurs. You understand? He ain't never faced off against nobody like that, bro. So I would just love to when y'all do talk about the two, keep it real, gang. Keep it real. Stop sitting here and trying to, who has Terence Crawford fought? Because names varies. Names are built. Names are built. Names are built by the opponents that you put them in the ring with. Crawford is great, but Canelo will show levels, bro. My problem with Canelo, bro, I'm gonna keep it real with you, because I know you're a Canelo fan, and I see you comment, and I see you go crazy in the comment section, bro. My only problem with Canelo is, gang, Canelo Alvarez is on steroids, bro. Whether you want to believe it or not, he's on it, gang. He's on it. That's my only problem with him, gang. He's on that shit, gang. He's on that shit. And the fact that he didn't want to fight David Benavidez is a next thing too why I don't like him, gang. You feel me? I don't understand. And since you're a Canelo fan, because I really want to get one of y'all underneath there, why y'all don't like David Benavidez, bro? Why y'all don't like him? I need to ask y'all this. Why y'all don't like David Benavidez? David Benavidez to me is a better fighter than Canelo Alvarez. So why y'all don't like David Benavidez? He's a better fighter than Canelo to me. Just his heart alone. Him willing to get in there with everybody. Just that alone. You understand? So why y'all don't like David Benavidez? Never saw a fighter duck Canelo, but I know plenty of. Yes, that's what I'm saying. And this is what greatness look like. Terence Crawford was avoided by Virgil Ortiz. Boots. These are the young and up and coming guys, gang. He's being avoided by everybody. Manny Pacquiao didn't want to fight this man, gang. Nobody even want to fight, but you think if Floyd was around Terence Crawford time, he would have fought him? Fuck no. He wasn't going to fight him. He wasn't going to fight him. Floyd would never sit here and be like, you know what? Terence Crawford, I want to fight him. He would never do that. He wouldn't even think about doing no shit like that, gang. So why aren't y'all not being real when y'all comparing them two? You gotta be real when y'all comparing these two, and I'm gonna keep on saying it. Floyd fought not to lose. Floyd didn't fight to be great. Like, he fought not to lose. That's why in his generation where everybody had losses, he's the only one that came out undefeated. Not because he was better than all of them. No, because he was smarter. He understood that I'm not gonna fight them when they're in their prime. I could retire. I could take on wear and tear on my body. I could do all of that. Like, come on, I'm not lying about this shit. I was a Floyd fan, bro. But y'all not gonna hear nothing about this because black media, they protect him. They lie and they act like the illegal IV that he did was nothing. It was something. It was something. The illegal IV that he did, it was something. It's just not talked about because black media run boxing, so they don't talk about it. But it was something. Nobody knew about the illegal IV. He went way above it. He had 16% of vitamins and saline in his blood. 16%? You don't need 16% of nothing for hydration purposes. You don't need that's masking. That's making sure that whatever it is that I'm taking, you can't find it. That's what he did against Manny Pacquiao. He cheated against Manny Pacquiao, bro. But black media would try to twist it and try to make it look like, oh, Manny Pacquiao wanted to cheat with his shoulder. That's what black media do. You understand? So it's not only white media that's a piece of shit. Black media is a piece of shit too because they put these black fighters that don't need to be on that pedestal and put them on that pedestal, gang. And they do the same shit with Tank too. 3 undefeated fighters. And I said that shit in my video, my last video that I made about Floyd versus Terence Crawford. 3 undefeated fighters, gang. Out of 50, bro. 3. Look how many undefeated fighters. 3, gang. How many times he became undisputed? None. He told the up and coming generation, like Terence Crawford and these guys, that undisputed is not important. It does not matter. And you see Keyshawn Davis and these guys, I'm repeating the same thing. He did that just to sit here and deflect that his ass did not become undisputed to cover up his own insecurity, gang. This man is literally one of the worst things that ever happened to boxing. Not his talent, but the way that he operated and his mindset corrupted the sport, and these younger generation is following behind him. All they care about is money, all they care about is vanity, and it sucks, gang. It sucks. Sugar Ray Robinson, he was undoubtedly one of the greatest fighters of all time, gang. You feel me? And I never really watched him fight, but what you call it? You got to appreciate his body of work, bro. Even though he's wasn't in my time, you got to appreciate his body of work, bro. These were the guys. He wasn't afraid to fight nobody. He didn't duck no smoke. I mean, I ain't never hearing about Sugar Ray Leonard ducking no smoke. I ain't never heard of it. Nigga, I seen Floyd Mayweather duck smoke. I seen him duck smoke. Paul Williams, he never mentioned him. I seen him duck smoke. No, that's not true, brother, man. You see, and this is what black media is trying to tell you, all right? Floyd said he didn't want to pay because of the belts. He held 5 belts at one time. He bragged about holding 5 belts at one time. If you're an undisputed champion, that means you're holding 4 belts. 4 belts. He bragged about holding 5 belts at one time. So if undisputed was the problem, why are you holding 5 belts at one time? The sanctioning fees was the problem. Why are you holding 5 belts at one time? That wasn't the reason why. He was afraid, gang. He didn't want to face up against them guys in their prime, gang. That's what it was. But they don't want to tell y'all that. And it's okay if you don't believe me. Just do your research. Just do your research. That's what I ask everybody to do whenever they talk about these fighters that were so great, because what they do is they don't talk about fighters back in the day. They say every fighters back in the day were great. You notice it wasn't a lot of bum-ass fighters back in the days, but now it's a whole lot of bum-ass fighters there is today. Because what it is ego, gang. It's ego. It's ego. Back in the day, there was no bad fighters. None of these niggas were cheating. These niggas were the greatest thing ever. Everybody that Floyd beat was a legend. It's ego, gang. Yes. Yes, you got to put him there, bro. Terence Crawford is in the room. And I'm not going to say if he wins. I'm going to say when he wins, because Canelo is not on his level, bro. He's not. Canelo's not on his level. He's not on Terence Crawford level. And I really wanted to have this conversation with y'all because I want y'all to understand that don't let black media trick y'all, gang. Black media, they love Floyd nuts, gang. Like these niggas act like kids. They wanna have this nostalgic moment. That's why they will pay to just go watch this nigga fight, knowing that he about to fight nobody, because they don't care. They just love Floyd. It's just same thing with Canelo Alvarez and the Mexican fans. They love Canelo Alvarez to the fact that even though they see a talent like David Benavidez coming up that is better than Canelo, they hate him because they love. It's a cult. Floyd and his minions, they're cult. There's not one Floyd fan that's gonna say, bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. You might be right. Terence Crawford is better than Floyd. There's not one of them will say it, even if they believe it, because they're cult. It's a cult, gang. It's a cult. Nobody beats Floyd at 135 pounds. He got beat at 135 pounds by Jose Luis Castillo, brother. I'm sorry. I watched the fight. If he didn't lose, it was a draw. He didn't look good, gang. He didn't look good. And then that's my problem, gang. Like, he's facing up against a guy that he should look good against. And he didn't. That's because he lacks IQ. He lacks IQ. And it's not only, it's that same specific fighting style that doesn't give you a chance to think. That's fighting style that's constantly attacking. Doesn't give you, Floyd has a problem with that. But they don't tell you that. They don't tell you that. Because now all he relying on is his agility. And your agility could only block so much, duck so much shots at one time. So that's why he struggled with guys that come forward and throw a lot of punch, because he relies a lot on his agility. Now, if you're relying a lot on your IQ like Terence Crawford, that nigga gets knocked the fuck out. And that's what they don't want to tell you. They lie, bro. They lie. And I've been seeing that they lying since I started watching Terence Crawford. I'm like, hold on. This man right here is something different, gang. He could switch. You can see his eyes. You can see he's watching everything around. Of course you're going to get hit. It's a part of boxing. They make it look like Floyd don't get hit, but Floyd got hit more times than Terence Crawford in his fights. I don't get it. A 3-division undisputed champion, gang. Like, that's a 3-division undisputed champion. How do you compare Floyd Mayweather to him, and Floyd ain't never did it one time? Y'all niggas is holding on names. Names don't mean shit. Anthony Joshua got his ass whooped by Andy Ruiz. Mike Tyson got beat by Buster Douglas. We can keep on going. Names don't mean nothing. It's about styles. They don't want to tell you that. They don't want to tell you that. You see everybody, all the kids talking about, yo, who have you fought? Who have you fought? And then they go in there and they go fight that guy and they realize, oh, hold on, this is a style that I ain't never really dealt with. You feel me? And then they end up losing because they thinking about names, gang. It's not about names, it's about styles. And Floyd ain't never faced off against more styles than Terence Crawford, gang. He never did. Floyd never had to face off against an Israel Majimov. He never had to. A guy that was bigger than him and probably stronger than him that will give him that will hesitate. That's not gonna come here and throw a lot of punches for him to capitalize on. He ain't never had to deal with that. He ain't never had to deal with them type of fucking slow. And they don't have a lot of athleticism, so he's always gonna have the advantage over them. And that's what Top Rank was doing with him throughout his half of his career. Top Rank made Floyd Mayweather, but they don't want to talk about it. Top Rank made him. They matched him very perfectly. Yeah. Yeah, bro. Floyd would never fight Terence Crawford, so it don't even matter, bro. He would never fight him because he would lose. He would get knocked out. He would get knocked out, gang. He would get knocked out. Cherish Usyk, but hate on Crawford. You gotta understand this, bro. And it's sad to say this, bro, but black people are crab in a barrel, bro. It's sad to say it, but our own people, we're crab in a barrel, bro. Our own people, we're crab in a barrel, gang. Like Errol Spence Jr. fans, Floyd Mayweather fans, Tech fans, they would rather root for Canelo than Terence Crawford, gang. Yes, they're crab in a barrel, gang. Because Terence Crawford is better than their favorite fighters, they hate him, gang. They hate him. They don't appreciate what he does in the sport, bro. Like Terence Crawford been pound for pound on the pound for pound list before Usyk was even a fucking champion. And niggas gonna want to talk about Usyk. And Terence Crawford been a two-division champion before Usyk ever even became a champion. Nobody beats Bud at 47, gang. Terence Crawford is, to me, arguably, gang, is the greatest fighter of all time. You know what I'm saying? And that's just to me. That's my opinion. You understand? You feel me? I watch him and I watch what he does. I watch his mindset. I watch how he carries himself. And this man, he doesn't want to lose, gang. And he wants to be great. And I never seen that with Floyd, gang. I never seen Floyd wanting to be great. I seen Floyd didn't want to lose. That's what I seen, gang. I seen Floyd didn't want to lose, gang. Look at what he did with Victor Ortiz. Oh, you see black media made it look like what he did was cool, right? When I was younger, I thought it was cool too, but that's some bitch shit, nigga. Talking about protect yourself at all times. You see Terence Crawford doing no shit like that, gang? Like, y'all don't realize that oh my God, and I'm glad that I grew up, and I'm glad that I have my own understanding, bro. I'm glad that I grew up and I have my own understanding, bro. Because if you didn't, bro, if you don't grow up and you don't develop your own understanding, bro, people will manipulate you into believing what they want you to believe, gang. And that's what black media made people believe that Floyd was the greatest thing since sliced bread. No, he was not. Yes, fan of a promotional company, the PBC. That's what it was. The niggas that all of them, Tim Zhu, Keith Thurman, all of them niggas duck Terence Crawford, the whole Mikey Garcia, Danny Garcia, all of them. Because Mikey Garcia was with the PBC at one time too, if I'm not mistaken. He ducked Terence Crawford too. All of them, bro. Terence Crawford is different, gang. Terence Crawford is different, and that's how I feel about Michael Jordan too. That's how I feel about. I don't like Michael Jordan, gang. Bro, y'all don't realize, bro, I'm different from a lot of people, bro, because I know the truth. God gave me the ability to see the truth, gang. He gives me the ability to see the truth, bro. He gives me the ability to see the truth. He gives me the ability that a lot of content creators, they're dick riders. They just go with whatever they is that popular. Like, Showbiz is a dick rider. Like, I've never seen he's like the worst. Like, I thought it was Ego, but he's worse than Ego. Like, these niggas are dick riders. Like, they just say whatever it is that's popular and they go with the popular fan base. You feel me? And they know how to manipulate the internet. You feel me? They know how to do that. I'm not doing none of that shit, nigga. I'm here. I'm telling y'all the truth. You feel me? Floyd Mayweather was a great fighter, but he was overrated because they try to make it look like he didn't have the luxury to pick when he won the face off against the fighters that made him a legend. Whoever called Usyk is a GOAT is on drugs. Go ask Daniel the boy about that body shot that he hit Usyk with, that had Usyk wheezing, holding on his shit. That's what they need to talk about. We witnessed Usyk get knocked out. How y'all comparing Usyk to Terence Crawford, gang? We witnessed him get knocked out. I'm talking about him on the floor, holding his stomach from a legal body shot. Fucking talking about Usyk, gang. I move up, and his first fight with Tyson Fury, that shit was mad controversial, bro. Usyk is not on Terence Crawford level, gang. He's great, but he is, it's a 1A and 1B, and he's 1B, and he's 1B, bro. Him and Bivol 1B, bro. They gotta bang more. They gotta bang a little bit more for me to say that they greater than no Terence Crawford, gang. I'm not about to just come in here with no 20 fights and sit here and face off against guys that were over the hill and over here and gonna sit here and they're gonna be here. Nah, I'm talking about he greater than no Terence. No, you gotta bang more. Usyk gotta bang more. Yes, and bang more don't mean fighting style. That means you gotta do more. He has to do more. And like I said, bro, Terence Crawford is the only fighter. Listen, and I want y'all to keep repeating this under these comments that be trying to he's the only fighter that moves. Every time he's moving up in weight, he's facing off for a belt. And he either wins by unanimous decision or by knockout. He's the only fighter. They don't tell you stats. They talk about Mayweather stats, but they don't talk about Terence Crawford stats. They don't talk about Terence Crawford put on the greatest performance in boxing history when you talk about the magnitude of a fight against Errol Spence Jr. They don't talk about it. Look at what Floyd Mayweather did against Manny Pacquiao. A fucking snoozer. One of the worst fights I ever seen in my fucking life. And that was the biggest fight of his career. And the reason why he fought like that is because of, like, when I bring it back, Floyd never had to face off against a athletic guy, gang. Just think about what I'm saying. That's why he never faced off against Manny Pacquiao, gang. Because he ain't never had to deal with that his whole entire career, bro. He ain't never. That's why he stood away from Pacquiao for a very long time. He ain't never had to deal with none of that Manny Pacquiao quickness and his power. He ain't never had to deal with that his whole career. Most of the fighters that he's been fighting are slow-footed with no athleticism. So to face off against Manny Pacquiao that is fast, that has a whole lot of power, why the fuck would he want to fight him? That's why he stood away from Manny Pacquiao, but black media tried to twist it to try to make it look like, oh, Manny Pacquiao, he didn't want to take no blood work. He didn't want to. It's a bullshit, my nigga. It's bullshit. It's all bullshit. Floyd was scared, shook of Manny Pacquiao, gang. He started talking about this nigga head. Oh, Manny Pacquiao got a big ass head. Canelo Alvarez got busted for steroids. And Terence Crawford is about to move up 2 weight divisions to face off against him. Manny Pacquiao never got busted for steroids, but Floyd Mayweather didn't want to fight him in his own weight class. Think about what I'm saying, gang. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Like, this shit is just so annoying to me that y'all comparing this diva to a warrior like Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford is a fucking warrior. Y'all comparing Floyd to Terence Crawford, gang? Y'all niggas must be out on some type of fucking drugs, bro. Y'all gotta be on some type of drugs, bro. That was one of the worst fights in boxing history, bro. That was one of the worst fights in boxing history, bro. And Manny Pacquiao doesn't respect Floyd Mayweather, and that's the next thing, too. A lot of fighters that face off against Floyd does not respect him. They don't respect him. Because he didn't fucking fight Manny Pacquiao, gang. If y'all really want to be real, gang, y'all think Floyd actually beat Manny, but when y'all watch that fight, y'all look at Floyd as a superior fighter? Or you look at him as a superior athlete? Because that's what I look at him as, a superior athlete. Because Manny Pacquiao just didn't have the footwork to cut off the ring. And it wasn't like Floyd was schooling him and Floyd was beating on Manny Pacquiao. No, he just wasn't trying to get hit and while he was hitting. But he was doing a lot of push-off. And he was doing a lot of pushing Manny Pacquiao head down. Come on, gang. You don't see Bud fighting like that, gang. He wouldn't fight like that with nobody, nigga. Because he's a way better. He's smarter. And he knows if I hit you there, you ain't gonna like that. Floyd doesn't know that. He relies on his agility. He relies on his speed, his agility. All of that shit he was born with. You can see it. He was born with Shakur Stevenson. The same shit. They were born with that. People say Shakur would beat Keyshawn. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think he would beat Keyshawn because Shakur Stevenson IQ is probably not as high as Keyshawn's. It's probably not as high. Y'all mistake IQ with agility because IQ means awareness. And when you have a high level of agility, your body reacts to certain things and it might look like it's awareness, but no, your body's just reacting because you got a high level of agility. And I'm trying to tell you that's what Floyd had. And that's what Shakur Stevenson has too. That is different from IQ, gang. That is different from IQ. It is way different from IQ. You can beat a guy. It's more agile. Facts. You can. You can. And that's what Terence Crawford does to everybody. That's what Terence Crawford does to everybody. And that's what Castillo was doing with Floyd. That's what Castillo was doing with Floyd. He didn't give a fuck about Floyd punches. He didn't care about Floyd move. He went to go get Floyd. That's what Castillo did against Floyd. Go back and watch that fight, gang. If that fight wasn't a draw, Castillo won. That was not, Floyd did not win that fight, gang. He didn't give a fuck about Floyd power. He didn't give not 1, 2 shits about that. When Floyd would hit him with one shot, Castillo get him on the rope. Hit him with 5 body shots. 5 body shots. When Bud moved to 147, he fought mostly true. Yes. When Bud... Did you watch my video, bro? Dan Tan? Because you saying everything that I done said in that video, bro. When Bud moved to 147 pounds, everybody was a welterweight. Everybody was a welterweight. Sean Bay Mitchell wasn't no fucking welterweight. Zab Judah fought at 140 pounds. I could keep on going. Ricky Hatton was 140 pounds. What's his name? What's his name? Marquez was 130 pounds. Like, he didn't even face off against welterweight in the welterweight division. Oscar De La Hoya was 154 pounds. Floyd never handled the mission. He didn't handle the mission at hand. He decided, okay, I'm popular. I can pick and choose who I want to fight. This is true. This is not fucking bullshit that people are saying about him, gang. This is fucking true. His peers said it. His peers said it. His peers said it. Not just me, his peers. He had no answer. When Castillo started cutting the ring off on Floyd, look how Floyd operated. He looked fucking uncomfortable. When have you seen Terence Crawford look that uncomfortable in a fight, gang? You will never see that because he's way too smart and he's way too talented, gang. Floyd is not on Terence Crawford level, gang. He's not on Terence Crawford level, gang. Y'all can fucking sit here and talk about the 5 champions that he defeated. He defeated them 5 champions before he faced off against fucking nobody. Before he faced off with the legends that day, y'all gave him credit for it. Them 5 champions that he defeated, all of them niggas fucking suck. All of them, nigga. Since y'all want to talk about all of them, man. Castillo, suck. Diego Corrales, may so rest in peace, suck. Arturo Gatti, may so rest in peace, fucking absolutely suck. Them niggas suck. None of them niggas could be Keyshawn Davis. None of them could be Shakur Stevenson. So what does that tell you about Floyd's resume before he faced off against Oscar? Come on, get the fuck out of here, bro. Suck. Them niggas suck. They suck, bro. They suck. Just like how they had hyped the fight in today's day, they had hyped the fighters back in the days. But they don't want to tell y'all that, gang, because it's all about ego, gang. It's all about our generation is way better than your generation, and our King Floyd Mayweather is way better than your King Terence Crawford. That's what it's all about. It's all about fucking ego, gang. Black people, we have a crab in a barrel mentality. We don't think fighters can be greater than other fighters, gang. We don't believe in that. You don't see that fucking happens in no other fucking sport, gang. You don't see niggas. You don't see they do that in tennis. You don't see they do that. You see they do that shit in basketball. LeBron James can't be better than Michael Jordan, and they try to do like these niggas are dick riders, gang. Like black people, we're bad, we're horrible, gang, and we gotta get better, gang, because we would never sit here and elevate if we got this crab in the barrel mentality and we don't want to see each other elevate, gang. Fuck out of here with that bullshit, bro. Mayweather ain't fight nobody in their fucking prime, but I don't even want to violate Diego Corrales and Arturo Gatti, gang. But come on, gang. Like Diego Corrales and Arturo Gatti, gang. Like them, come on, them niggas is like are B-level fighters, the best, gang. Like they wasn't that good, bro. They wasn't that good. But if you look at, but they try to make it look like these guys were greats, were super greats. Miguel Cotto wasn't that good, bro. He wasn't that good, bro. He just wasn't that good. He wasn't. The fat fighters that Floyd Mayweather faced off against all catered to his fighting style, gang. Victor Ortiz, Berto, all of them. Only fighters that didn't cater to his fighting style was fucking Manny Pacquiao, gang. And Zab Judah, gang. And you see what Manny Pacquiao, he ran for Manny. And I don't like using the word running, gang, because like it's hard to run in the, but he didn't want to engage in no fight with Manny Pacquiao, gang. Because he was afraid of Manny Pacquiao, gang. He did it because of the money that was coming, gang. That's his whole career, gang, was facing off against Manny Pacquiao that was in his own weight division that is smaller than him, gang. That's the biggest risk he ever took, bro. Yeah, he missed the catch weight on purpose against Marquez, bro. Who the fuck you think told Ryan Garcia to miss weight? Because he realized what 2 pounds can fucking do in a fight, what 3 pounds can do in a fight. He realized that. That's why he told Ryan Garcia to come in 3 pounds overweight against friggin' Devin Haney. He did that on purpose. That's why he told Keyshawn Davis. You don't realize right when he got next to these niggas, when he got next to Keyshawn missed weight. When he got next to Ryan, he didn't miss weight. He telling these motherfuckers to miss weight. Floyd is a narcissist. He's a bitch ass nigga, and he doesn't want to see nobody do great, gang. He don't mind niggas getting a lot of money. He don't mind that. When you get a lot of money, that doesn't mean legacy. It doesn't mean legacy. His legacy means more than money. Y'all just don't know that. That's why anybody that becomes undisputed, he fucking hates. He hated Canelo. He said Inoue was on steroids. He hates Terence Crawford low key. Come on, gang. Come on, bro. Come on, I'm not lying about none of these shit I'm talking about, bro. This man is behind the scenes of boxing, and instead he do a better job of promoting. He's trying to sit here and watch these young fighters coming up and trying to sabotage them. That's why you want to sign all of them. You said, imagine if Ryan made weight and didn't take Osterine and still beat up Haney the same way. That way, yeah, it would have been embarrassing for Devin Haney, bro. At the end of the day, Devin Haney did struggle with that left hook. But because Ryan Garcia did take steroids, you got to take that into consideration. And I just wish that the whole boxing world could be fair, bro. Yes. Yes. You know how much time Tank makes for miss weight? You know how much time Tank miss weight? Floyd don't give a fuck. He doesn't give a fuck. He's the biggest narcissist of all time. He does not give a fuck, again. He doesn't care, bro. He wants these fighters to fail, bro. He does not want to see them do good. Terence Crawford is different. He trained them and he holds them to the fire. He wants them to be fucking great, gang. And he sets a great example. Floyd doesn't fucking do that, gang. Floyd is being bankrupt every fucking 5 years. You see on the news, Floyd is bankrupt. You ain't never hear none of that shit with Terence Crawford. Because Terence Crawford spent his money right, and he did, bro, it's so many things, gang, I don't even want to, because it has nothing to do with boxing, gang, but come on, gang, stop comparing Floyd to Terence Crawford, gang. To me, that's, like, right about now, y'all shouldn't be doing that anymore, bro. Especially after when Terence Crawford beat Canelo. When he beats Canelo. Come on, bro. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Floyd, Gervonta Tank Davis was afraid of Tevin Farmer. Whoever don't believe he was afraid of Tevin Farmer, go to hell. He was afraid of Tevin Farmer and was afraid of Lomachenko. Terrified of them niggas. Because I used to make me uncomfortable on how terrified he was of them. Because I used to be a Tank fan. And that's the thing with me. Once I realize a nigga got a bitch in him, I'm not a fan of you no more. That's it. Once I realize you got a bitch in you, I'm not a fan of you. And I realized that Mayweather had a whole lot of bitch in him. That's why I wasn't a fan of him no more. A whole lot. A whole lot. Yeah. He's the next one that chooses his opponent who to fight. Gervonta Tank Davis. He's the next one, gang. He's the next one that I don't like, bro. And y'all notice I don't like the guys that have bitch in them and the guys that try to go around corners and the guys do a little bit. I don't like niggas like that, gang. And if you want to talk about Floyd, Tank, and Canelo, the 3 worst things that ever happened to boxing, bro. The 3 worst fighters, then they the worst thing that ever happened to boxing, gang. So when people want to say I'm racist or you don't like Mexican, nigga, how is that even possible if I come at the black boxing world gods? The black boxing world god, Floyd Mayweather. Not gods, God, because Floyd is the god. It ain't guys like Marvin Hagler and Sugar Ray Leonard that was mixing it up with each other. It's Floyd. You know why? It's because of vanity and money and jewelry and all of that. It's not because of boxing, gang. It's more than that. And that's what it is. And Terence Crawford is not about that. That's not him. You feel me? Y'all want him to be something that he's not his whole career, and he just wasn't willing to do that. Yes, he's Floyd is just, oh man, like and then you got guys like Blue Blood that comes on there and try to defend him every time, talking about 23 champions. All them 23 champions was undefeated, or all them 23 champions was current champions, Blue Blood? Was that what was that, bro? I really wish I could have conversation. If I ever have any conversations with none of these niggas about Floyd, just like how I had a conversation with IBFP about Canelo and I destroyed that nigga, I would destroy anybody that want to compare Floyd Mayweather to Terence Crawford. Nobody would ever debate me about it. Floyd himself won't debate me on it. I would destroy anybody. I don't care who you are. You could be the most. I would destroy anybody because I have that much resources on Floyd Mayweather, gang. Because I used to watch him. I used to be a fan. I would destroy anybody, gang. Anybody I would destroy. Anybody. Anybody. It don't even matter if you defeated 23 champions. Was these 23 champions current champions? That's the question. And you defeated 23 champions, right? in the 4-belt era, and you never became undisputed, gang? How is that even possible? How is that even possible? That's just to show you that bro was a bitch. You have 5 belts and you never became undisputed because at the 147 weight division, you had Cotto, you had Paul Williams, you had Antonio Margarito, and you, my fault, somebody just called me, and he didn't want to have to deal with that. He didn't want to have to deal with that. I don't understand how you got 50 fights, you defeated 23 champions, but you never became undisputed. Does that shit even make any sense to you? Does that even make any sense? It doesn't make any sense. He's the only fighter in boxing history that's telling people that undisputed doesn't matter. He's the only fighter that's doing that because he never did it because he was afraid to do it because the guys that he was going to have to face off against at the time, them niggas were smacked in their prime, gang. And he knew he would have to go through hell. That's why he retired and he faced off against guys that were at a lower weight division. What am I saying that's a lie? I don't get it. It's proven. It's not an opinion, and it's proven. It is a fact. Yeah. And you got to remember, too, bro, like, at 130 pounds, at 135 pounds, these guys were smaller than Floyd Mayweather. When he moved up in weight to 100, he only had 3 fights at 140, gang. 3 fights. He had 1 fight at 154 pounds, if you want to count the Canelo fight. The nigga move up and move around and have niggas move up. He doesn't take on the challenge at hand, gang, because the challenge at hand is dangerous as fuck. So he decided, you know, I'm gonna do what I want to do. And the black community, they act like if Terence Crawford was doing that, they would have killed him, gang. If he was doing that right now, they would have killed him. He wouldn't be allowed to do that. But Floyd was allowed to do that, and y'all talk about the amount of champions that he defeated. Like, these niggas weren't moving up in weight. These niggas they wasn't coming off losses. These niggas they wasn't having knee surgery. Like, there's a lot of shit that Floyd did was bitch made, bro, that will never be spoke about. They won't talk about it. Because black media controls the boxing world, and if y'all know I'm telling the truth, the LDBC controls this whole motherfucking shit. They control this whole motherfucking shit. The LDBC and Showbiz, go look at how Showbiz dick ride Floyd. All these niggas dick ride Floyd. So how can you know the truth about Terence Crawford, someone that is better than Floyd? They're not gonna do that. They're not gonna tell you the truth about Terence Crawford, gang. They're not gonna do that because they love Floyd nuts. It's the same thing with Canelo and David Benavidez. No matter how they see that David Benavidez is great, they're gonna hate him because they feel like he has the talent to be greater than Canelo. Yes, he fought the most former champions. Who gives a fuck? Come on, gang. Fuck out of here, bro. Fuck out of here. I'm tired of that shit, nigga. Keep it real. Anybody that y'all know that want to debate me on Floyd Mayweather on this topic, let me know, bro. You feel me? But the next time I go live, I will be talking about Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford fight. I just had to talk about this because this shit is bullshit. Floyd done got busted for that illegal IV shit. Floyd done ducked niggas. Floyd done made niggas move up in weight. Floyd done had catch weights. Attempted to put rehydration clause. He done did a lot of bitch shit that you would never find in Terence Crawford resume in his whole career ever. You would never find no shit like that. Terence Crawford never faced off against any fighter that was moving up in weight. Never faced off against any fighter that was coming off losses. Never. Floyd did that his whole entire career, gang. And y'all niggas want to compare him to Terence Crawford? Y'all crazy, bro. Y'all crazy. But I'm about to get off this, though. It was nice talking to y'all. The 11 views I had, it was nice talking to y'all. You feel me? Dan Tan, Hashi, all of y'all, you feel me? It was nice talking to y'all. And, you feel me? I'm going to go live again. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know what y'all want me to go live about, what topic y'all want me to go live about, and I will talk on it, bro, because I'm very resourceful, bro. I just don't have the audience like a lot of people have because, you feel me, I don't really, like, go live and I don't really drop videos like that often because boxing would drain me mentally, gang, because it's so crazy that the people that's surrounding boxing, it's like they're fucking robots. Like, they don't have no brain for themselves. They can't think. So that shit will drain you. Even when you bring evidence to the table and you show them stuff, they will still sit here and say the opposite. So it doesn't even matter. So this is the type of people that you deal with every single day, constantly. If I have to deal with y'all motherfuckers constantly every day, I'm gonna go fucking crazy. I got a daughter, she 4, she crazy as fuck. She run around, she throw shit, she do everything. I gotta deal with her, you feel me? And then I'm gonna come on here and deal with y'all. You must be out your fucking mind, you feel me? But it was nice talking to y'all, and I'm off this.